Today we're analyzing the top 10 global risks issued by the World Economic Forum, so take it with a bit of grain of salt. They put out some interesting things in the past, but it's nothing to kind of ignore this. I think you really should focus on it because really the idea today is we're focusing in on solutions, not just hyper focusing on the problem and raising fear levels. It's more focusing on solution to these problems. So what I'll be doing is taking you through this 93-page report just in a few minutes, focusing in on their top 10 global risks for the 2 years and the top 10 global risks for the 10-year time horizon. Okay, starting off with the 2-year time horizon. Again, it's a very long report, but kind of wrapping it all up in these top 10. They're the same top 10 actually in both the 2 and 10-year time horizon. They just have a different hierarchy of actual importance. So starting off here with number 1 is the cost of living crisis. 2, natural disasters and extreme weather events. Number 3, geoeconomic confrontation, which we're already starting to see a lot more of this year. Number 4, failure to mitigate climate change. 5, erosion of social cohesion and societal polarization. Number 6, large-scale environmental damage incidents. 7, failure to climate change adaptation. Widespread cybercrime and cyber insecurity is number 8. Number 9 is the natural resource crisis, which involves a lot with supply chains, metals that we need for technology today, along with running energy plants. Number 10 is large-scale involuntary migration. So those are the first top 10 for the 2-year time horizon. Now we're moving into the 10-year time horizon. It's interesting to see the different hierarchy here with a much larger focus on climate change over the 10-year time horizon. So starting off with number 1 is actually the failure to mitigate climate change. Number 2 is the failure to climate change adaptation. Number 3, natural disasters and extreme weather events. Number 4, biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse. 5, large-scale involuntary migration. 6, natural resource crises. 7, erosion of social cohesion and societal polarization. Number 8, widespread cybercrime and cyber insecurity. 9, geoeconomic confrontation. And 10, large-scale environmental damage incidents. Just looking at these different ones, they kind of have them in different risk categories. So the first is economic, second, environmental, third, geopolitical, fourth, societal, and lastly, technological. We're seeing a lot more, especially of a focus in the 10-year, actually the top 4 10-year time horizon are all specifically environmental. So we have a lot of environmental risks moving forward. Ideally, innovation technology, we're able to fix a lot of these things and stop any of the issues we're currently causing the Earth. Climate change space is very, very complicated. There's a lot of very, very polarized views, but when you look at technological, there's actually only one on both of the lists, which is the widespread cybercrime and cyber insecurity. So good investment thesis there is really going heavy into cybersecurity. I think this is one of the sectors that's very, very important to watch this year, moving into next year, especially with a lot of these internet outages, entire countries having these issues, and then looking at what Starlink is doing. Cybersecurity is more and more important, especially when you look at blockchain technology, internet banking increasing, putting more people into the actual banked category versus the unbanked category, where there's a large population percentage of the Earth that are actually unbanked. So very interesting to look at that from a technological perspective because there's only one on the list. Same with geopolitical, so the only geopolitical risk that they have listed in this top 10 list, mind you, is geoeconomic confrontation. And then societal, there's really 2 risks here, at least in the 10-year, which is large-scale involuntary migration. Usually this would be probably most likely due to the population pyramid crisis. So basically what we have is normally the population pyramid kind of looks like a normal pyramid where the largest portion of the population is the youngest portion of the population. Now we've started to see in this pyramid kind of chimney a bit, so where it just looks straight up. If you look at population pyramid, there's a site that you can go to and it'll show you for each of the countries. And then this is something that we've never seen in history, which is an inverted triangle where the smallest population percentage is actually the youngest, which is the people that would then be going into the working economy, and the largest population percentage is actually the oldest in the economy. This creates a lot of issue because the people that are supposed to be making things and providing for the retired age, it just completely imbalanced. So we'll see how that all plays out. And then the other one is the erosion of social cohesion and societal polarization. Now, very interesting to see that because that's number 5 in the 2-year time horizon, whereas in the 10-year time horizon, that's number 7. So again, take this all with a grain of salt. It is coming from the World Economic Forum, but it's very interesting nonetheless. They spent a lot of time and energy into this, so I think it's at least something to keep in mind. The report is very, very long. I will have it linked in the description at the end of this video. But I'm curious to know your thoughts, what you think the top risks for the 2-year and 10-year are. If you disagree or agree with these, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date, and the notification bell, and click all, invest global, and until next time.